Carolyn Dube here. Today I'm going to be playing around with some pan pastels. Now you might have seen some of the incredible fine art that has been made with pan pastels. Well, that's not what you're going to see here today, because I'm not a fine artist, I'm an oops artist. And so what I'm going to share with you today is how I use the pan pastels to randomly build a background. Keep in mind that I do not have any formal training with pan pastels. I just like how they feel. I like all the color that I get with them. And that's what you're going to see today in the video. So enjoy. One of the things I really love to play with is color. And pan pastels are a great tool for that. If you're not familiar with pan pastels, they're like chalk pastels, if you remember those. But they're in these pans, they're creamier, they're not as dusty. There's something about the texture of them that is just magical for me. I like the pan pastels far better than a stick pastel. And you can see how quickly I can smear all sorts of color randomly along the background. Part of why I really like playing with pan pastels too is because I can cover a lot of space quickly without thinking. But pan pastels do smear, run, because they're a pastel, they're a chalk, so that imagine if you were working with chalks that it's going to smear if you rub against it. And I like to do a lot of layers, so this is another way that I found to seal pan pastels for a background. This is just white acrylic paint, and I'm just sliding it on very, very imprecisely. You can see some of the colors kind of smear together a little bit, and I absolutely adore that. But what that thin layer of white paint is going to do is let those colors get sealed in there. Then I'm going to start building on that background by using just part of my stencil that I designed for over at Stencil Girl Products called Archaeological Blueprints. And with this one, I'm just taking pieces and parts of it. And you can see I'm not even being very careful about it. I'm going quickly. I am breaking some of the rules of stenciling because you're supposed to pounce up and down for precision. And you can see that I'm just dragging and sliding and moving. There are absolutely imperfect amounts of color going in places because of the way I'm just kind of dragging stuff through. And I want that. I want a great variety of things, a great variety of texture, of intensity of color. And guess what? I'm not going to think that hard. I'm not going to plan that. So if I just work really quickly, it kind of happens for me automatically. So I'm going to keep filling in with little bits and pieces and parts. And that background that I worked so precisely on is just going to fade into that background. It's going to give it some color. But all that I had there, it's really going to disappear. Only you know what that layer looked like because you saw it come together. But it all just kind of buries and blends and works together. Once I get the background just the way I want it, I'm going to want to seal it because I always love to add layers and build on things. So I want this stuff to stay in place. I've got videos on 2 different ways that I like to seal things with pan pastels so that I can keep working on top of them without any smearing. I'll have those videos linked for you down below in the video description. Well, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've also got a blog called thecolorfuljourney.com where I've got all sorts of things going on over there, and you can find lots more videos and information on things like pan pastels, jelly plates, but most of all, you can find information about how I play, how to have fun, and most definitely an oops or two, which are outstanding opportunities presenting suddenly. So stop on over to the blog, say hello, and get signed up for my newsletter. Thanks for being a part of this colorful journey.